How's it going, guys? We're here for skin picks, and we're back this week, and we've got pretty much 2 weeks worth of stuff to cover in one video. It was incredibly hard. If you had your works up in the last 2 weeks and you feel I missed it, just send me a PM and I'll try to, figure it out. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff, so let's just jump straight into it. We are gonna start out with the Biointegrity set, hoodie and pants. So continuing with Shedman's set, we've got the Biointegrity hoodie and pants, and I don't know how I feel about this one. I like how it looks on items, but for the clothing, it looks a little bit weird. I think it needs to look a little more hazmat-y, and then that kind of just looks weird because the hazmat suit. So yeah, I don't know. But it's up to people, honestly. Sound off what you guys think about it down there. I definitely like the creativity behind the set, so it's just one of those things where I just don't know. And I like the hood, because it looks like it actually has like goggles built into it. That is something that's kind of cool. So, definitely interesting there. Next up, we've got a continuation in the Caution set. So we just got in the hoodie and pants, and now we've got gloves. And yeah, they've just fit right into the set. They're kind of dirty, but not too dirty. They're also like a darker yellow color. And yeah, I actually really love the look of these. These would actually go with a lot of existing sets too, which is a cool thing. And I like the boots a lot as well. I think the skull pattern, the way it's done here over the, I don't know what to call this, like a honeycombing kind of thing. It's definitely really cool looking. Next up, there's the Busca Dorset from a couple weeks ago, and it now has gloves and boots. So let's go ahead and check these out. Some nice working on the seams there. Take a look down at the boots. And yeah, I think the set did really well. It was pretty popular, so this is definitely, a lot of stuff this week are continuations of sets. I think that's going to make it a very hard pick here in the end for Hulk. Next up, we've got something that has been long requested by everyone, and it is the road sign chest and coffee can helmet for the tactical set. This one started out kind of backwards. We got the high qual and the kilt before we got the road side. So it's about time this pops in. We've got that nice tactical written on the side there. You can take a look down the helmet. It's got that same tactical camo that everyone loves. I mean, well, you're not going to really camouflage into anything with red, but it's still the camo print. Anyways, definitely fits the set very nicely, and I mean, this is obviously a no-brainer because eventually everyone's going to want to have this set, so I'm sure we'll see this pop in along with a lot of the other stuff one way or another eventually. Next up, we've got a new contender in the mix, and this is from Milafredo. It is the Lembert set, and yeah, it's a pretty cool looking set. It's got kind of like that fancy look to it. It's kind of got like a maybe I don't know, what do you call this, like a cream color to it, I guess, and that's kind of not a color you see too often. I know Milo's used it in a few of his other stuff in the past, and it's a nice color. It's a tone you don't see too often. And I love the way the face looks here, but I wish this, maybe if it had been cut straight, I don't know. Does it give it more personality to have the weird lump, or does it just look weird? Because from some angles, I feel like it gives it more personality, and then other angles, I feel like it looks weird. I don't know. It's just one of those things or another. But definitely a cool-looking road sign set for sure. Let's do one little more. Little spin around the back here. And there we go. And last for our armor and clothing, we've got the Doodle face mask and chest piece. Yes, the high qual Doodle set is here. And I love just how, like, it looks like the cut off part of this, like, back of this dinosaur spike creature thing actually kind of looks like a mouth the further you go away. Kind of looks like a frowning mouth with teeth sticking out. I just love it. There's like the way everything kind of combines over it was done on purpose. It wasn't just random scribbles, you can tell. The top of it has like a nice kind of almost like, I would say it looks like it's made out of the material that kickballs are made out of. Like a nice plastic bathing cap kind of something, rubber going on to protect your noggin there. Same thing on the straps. And yeah, down here you just got more doodles. And more Doodles. And I like the kind of like weird zipper thing around the side. I thought that was kind of neat as well. So definitely some very cool clothing sets. Let's go ahead and jump straight into our deployables here. So we'll run all the way down at the end here. We got a bunch. And this is one that is, I had to show it because of how cool it is, but I know Hulk really doesn't like this kind of stuff. Now, Vlek did an amazing job on this, and a large box as well. And this laptop that's in here is actually on top of the large box, and it looks really smushed and weird. And that's the one thing where Hulk's going to be a definite no on it. But this one, it's inside, it doesn't look as smushed, and I think it's a really cool concept. We'll see what Hulk has to say about it, but I really liked it, and I know a lot of you guys out there that have seen it really liked it. So, yeah, we'll just have to see kind of how it goes. Again, the code lock does look weird because it's kind of flat. It really stood out on the large chest. This one, if you look down, it doesn't really stand out that it's weird. So again, that's why I think this one might have a chance. Next, we've got the little fuel box. It's go high or die, you know, everything that has to do around the heli, or the scrap heli. And this one is a continuation with Andre. And you ever want the little tiny fuel box, this would be a nice one. I like how on the side it looks like it's made to be kind of like an old toolbox. And I think that's a nice little detail. The different colors and so forth all match the scrap heli, which is awesome. Over here, we've got another one tons of you guys really liked. And it's, again, one of those things where it falls into the overly textured and flat category. And it's just that you can't really make something look like it sticks up on a flat surface to where it looks proper. Now, I think this is as close as you can get to it looking really good, but I think, again, this is going to be a pass on Hulk, but luckily they made two versions, so hey, maybe the closed chili bin will have a chance if this is, you know, past what Hulk likes. But I really do like the little detail on the beers. You got the little face punch symbols on there, and just all together, it's very cool. Yeah, nah. Chili bin. You got a little like busted wheel. Definitely love it. Maybe if some of those stickers were on here too. I don't know. It would be cool probably to have the stickers as well. Nonetheless, we got a new door in last week, and the author didn't waste any time and went and put out this really nice looking box to match it. It's got those same bright colors that you'll love, and it's got the design from the door on the top of the box. That eagle still is not giving up that rocket. Just not happening. But it looks like the dragon has another friend. So, we'll have to see how that goes. The story continues, maybe. Anyways, moving on, we've got this Marine collection going on, and I love the look of it. This is the Marine Blast box. And this is for those kind of people like me that really like that military look to things. It's such a clean and nice box. I really love it. It looks great. This on top is awesome. So no matter where you're kind of looking from the box, it just has a great look to it. Hopefully it has a chance in with just all this stuff going on this week. Next, we've got two really creative furnaces. This one does not actually have a bush growing through it. It has a bush growing through it, if you get what I mean. But it is meant to look like a twig campfire. I think this is really creatively done. And you really kind of see it the best when it's turned on. So there you go. Of course, we'll look at this at night. But you can see already where it's going. Very cool with this. So we'll come back and see the real treat, which is when this thing's lit up at night. And then over here, well, of course, another one of those that's going to look amazing when it's lit up at night, but it looks awesome during the day. Nonetheless, it is the Molten Forge by Teddy. Again, we'll revisit this one in the night. Over here, we've got a really cool idea for a sleeping bag. It's the Cozy Blood Bag by Divadan, and it's meant to look like a giant blood bag that you're sleeping in, and this is just a really cool idea. I love it. I think it's really awesome. And the joke made was like, oh, you know, if you just need some blood, and he's like, oh yeah, no, there's a valve right here, and there you see it, there's the valve, so hey, you can add or remove blood, I guess. Yep, the world of Rust, right? Moving on, we've got doors, so let's jump into it. So Levinit popped out this door here a little bit ago, and it looked really flat and weird. And again, this is where we're struggling with the over texturing, and it can just be too hard to make something that isn't flat. I mean, isn't supposed to be flat, look so flat and work with the space you have. And this is version 2, and I think he did a lot better job on it. It really does look like it's made with a bunch of skateboards, or at least has them like nailed to it. And I think that's a really, really awesome idea. And the back of this door just looks really cool as well. I like how they integrated, the Z shape, made those all into different boards. It looks a lot less stretched than it did in the first version, and I think this is a really cool improvement, so definitely wanted to bring it and show it to you guys. Next, we've got another door over here. This is the Portal of Anubis by Slimeface, and it's got that kind of really crazy Egyptian look. I know Hulk likes a lot of stuff that looks like this, the Egyptian and Aztec and Tiki, any kind of like forgotten group of humans. Forgotten civilizations. There we go, people. I forgot the word for civilizations for a second there. He seems to like the Forgotten Civilization stuff, so this one I figured would be right up Hulk's alley, so made sure to show this one for sure. Next, we've got kind of a more really royal and fancy looking door. This is the Lion Guard door by Firefly, and I think you can see why. It almost looks like a fancy rug, but instead it's carved into metal. And yeah, I think this is really nice. Some people do love that really fancy look, especially for people who like to build castles and stuff like that. So I figured this one would be one that a lot of you guys might like. Moving on, we've got more of that apocalyptic, rusty feel going on with a road sign door. So this is the road sign double door by Killer Bee. And I mean, this one is kind of a no-brainer. It's just something that fits right into Rust. And I think it looks great. And it screams Rust. It's the road sign door. Next, we've got this awesome door, and wow, apparently Frank put a lot of work into this one, and these pizza boxes are like individually textured, and he added grease stains to them and everything. He even made it look like the handles are sticking up over the boxes pretty well. We've got the push welcome, Frank's Pizzeria. And of course, he's got, this is all the original art there. And we've got the little pizza sign and open. And this is just such an amazing looking door. And of course, those little neon signs glow, which we'll show you when we, turn the lights off here shortly. Next, we've got the Revolution garage door. One of my favorite garage doors for a while. I love it because the garage door itself looks like it's made with a bunch of wood instead of metal. It's all strapped together. And you've got this kind of like beat up construction looking roller, and then just right over it you've got the Rust Revolution going. And I don't know, I could see this on so many different YouTubers' banners as something they would have used. I think it fits just really great. And one of the cool things is I actually talked to the artist here, and he said that the picture of the guy holding the AK is actually one of his buddies standing in game. And he then took that and, redrew the picture for this. So it's really cool. It's all original art. I think this thing is awesome, and I love the look of it. And, with a tarp, you can still roll it up, so that doesn't mess up the rule there. Moving on, if you guys remember the Angry Dog boxes, I think we got the small box in. Well, this is the garage door that goes with it. Now, the only thing I think that may be a problem with it is this part right here. I mean, it does fit with the parts that, bend, but I don't know, it just kind of looks weird. I get that's supposed to look like a big, like, belt, kind of like a punk belt or something, but they don't come that big. So it's a little bit weird. The chains themselves look a little large as well, but I think that's the whole point of it. It's supposed to look overdone and punkish. Maybe they purposely made giant chains for it, that kind of thing. So definitely a cool little garage door there. Let's roll them both up, because some people just like to see them in motion. There you go. Boom. All right, let's go ahead and kill the lights and check out our little bit of glow. So here you go. There's a slight glow, like there's someone there behind it. The lights are on. You're looking through the curtains and you see the dim light of the pizzeria. It's, again, a lot of work went into this. It's very cool. And then let's run on over here. There's a faint glow to the Egyptian Anubis door, which I thought was really cool. And then all the way over here, we've got that molten furnace. Very cool. Take a look at the top of it. There we are. And then the campfire one. See, it really does look like the glow of just coming through a campfire. You know, the glow of the fire just, I don't know. It's really creative. I love the look of it. And then the top of it, you just kind of have like a little circle. And then lastly, all the way over here, whoop, we fell off. Help. You can actually see the code lock glows, which then here the glow looks a little bit weird, but I still think it's done quite well. And then of course you can see the glow of the laptop inside, which again, this is very unique. So definitely something I hope has a chance. All right, guys, we're gonna jump into our last section here. We're gonna check out some tools and weapons. So starting out right here, we've got the Mad Entity set from Firefly. And yeah, it just looks like it's carved out of the bones of some kind of crazy creatures. And yeah, it's definitely pretty cool looking. We'll go ahead and pull out the pickaxe so you can see both. Again, same idea there. I like how the where your top hand is. I guess, yeah, that'd be the top hand. It looks like it's between a giant maw if you kind of actually look at it, because there's teeth at the bottom and the top. And when you turn it this way, you can see the eyes, and you kind of see how that syncs up, which I thought was a cool little effect. Next, we've got this very clean looking fire design, and it is the Miner's Hatchet by Odyssey. Hatchet and pickaxe, I should say. And this hatchet, it just looks very clean. I love the look of it. It looks like something that, yeah, an official kind of place would have. Something like a mining quarry or a fireman, and I just really like the look of it. The industrial look is very nice and clean. And then, of course, here's the pickaxe, which matches right into it there as well. Next up, we've got a couple of crossbows for you, starting out with this one right here. This one's been on my list to show a couple times, and it just didn't make it in each time. It is the Scrap Heli Crossy by Jessen. Aiming down the sights here, you'll see it's got all the kind of like little designs that you see on the Scrap helicopter. It's got that beat up, rusty look. It just fits right into Rust itself. Go ahead and load it. And there you go. Next, we've got a crossbow from Little Ranger. This one's got a much more fancy look to it. It is the Ancient Death crossbow. And you can see why it's called Ancient Death when you aim down the sights. You can see all the skulls staring back at you there. I like the nice purple grip, and then you've got the bat wings with skulls, so that's a little bit different. You know, we have skulls with wings and stuff, but bat wings. Hey, you know, hey, it's cool to see different stuff. Go ahead and load one in it there. And there we go. Starting with our next batch, we've got our last crossbow, and this one is for those tactical folks. This one is really cool looking. It is the Resin Crossbow by La Crempe. And it has that, completely made out of resins, plastics, polymers kind of look to it. And it's just very clean. I love the look of it. Go ahead and pull that back. Very cool. Definitely my favorite crossbow, I think, this week. Next, we've got a crazy little Ioka for you. And it is the Monster Collection. This is the Monster Sunshine Strap Ioka. So Keck has gone ahead and made a awesome little Ioka. I mean, how can you not love this thing? I love it. The monster set, it's neat. It's a fancy little Ioka that has a silly little handle. Next up, we've got a Python for you, and this one is just a very nice, clean snow camo. It is the Predator Python, and I think he did a really good job on it. It's, you know, if you think about it, we don't have a whole lot of snow camo stuff anymore. There's a whole snow biome, so it just kind of makes sense. It fits in. People like that clean military look. Of course, it has some wear and tear to it, which is quite nice in the world of Rust. Next, we've got a crazy looking Python. I love this thing. This is the Lapis Lazuli. And this is brought to us by Jessen, and it just literally looks like chunks of it are made out of lapis, which is a mineral, a gem? I don't know, it's either considered a gem or a mineral. It's a rock, okay? It's a rock. Aiming down the sight, you got two little skulls staring back at you, but really it's this part that is just outstanding. Definitely one of the coolest just gun designs I've seen in a while. Next, we've got a crazy looking Pumpy for you. This thing just, it stares into you no matter how you look at it. And it is just a little creepy. It is the thing. Aiming down the sight here, you've got all sorts of goop going on. But it's really just the eyes. And then, oh man, it looks like where the shells eject. Let's see, right? Yeah, has teeth around it and there's like organs in there. This whole thing is just crazy and ridiculous looking, and I just love the look of it. I think we somehow missed a double barrel shotgun though. Where? Oh, there it is. Hey! Here's this really cool looking double barrel, and of course that front part glows. I mean, that's the question, right? That everyone wants to know. Will it glow? And it does. And this is just a really cool looking shotgun. It is the Fusion shotgun by Retrofit, and let's go ahead and pop out the lights so we can take a look at it. Boom. There we go. So it's just the tip. Joke pretty much intended right there. Alright guys, we're down to our last batch, and we've got this crazy SAR. It's brought to us by Fora and Vase. And it is the toy robot, I believe. Yeah, robot toy. I said it backwards. Close enough. Now you've got this angry little robot that stares back at you, who honestly kind of terrifies me. But I think that ties into my fear of clowns and weird faces, so hey. But, yeah, there you go. This thing is just really cool. It has another face at the front. It's kind of, the gun has its own face, and then it has a butt face. And this is just a really creative thing. It's awesome looking, and I mean, how can you not love how crazy this is? Next, we've got a very couple cool of AKs for you, starting out with this right here, which is the Zen Labs, of course, or Oil Rig AK. So it's got that oil rig theme and color. Danger, keep out, Zen Labs, and it's got that very kind of like clean industrial look, but it's beat up, scratched, and dirty, which I think is how people kind of like it. So it just fits right into the motive of Rust, you know? And then aiming down the sights, you can see there's a yellow sight. It is not a glow sight, however. Go ahead and reload it for you. Boom. There we go. Next up, we've got this really cool looking AK. It's dirty and old, and it's just got this cool look to it. It is the Death Rider AK. Aiming down the sights here, you've got this skull that just kind of stares into your soul. And then on the side, you've got this like ghostly flaming skull going down, and it's just got this really cool punk rock look to it. Definitely one that I love the idea of, for sure. Next, we've got something kind of opposite, and is just a combination of a lot of the works that Sensei has made. We've got the Queen of Chaos AK, and it's just, it's bright, it's crazy, and I like that it kind of has a less neon and more of a matted look to it this time. I think that's quite cool. I don't know if the whole thing of it saying East Side on it, that might kill it. You know, you want to make sure you don't, that's like a gang affiliation, so that might be a problem there, but that's an easy fix. You can change text within, you know, just a matter of seconds there. So, wanted to go ahead and show it. I thought it was very cool otherwise. Next, we've got one last AK, and it's probably not one you would expect, honestly. And it is, well, guys, the tracksuit. I mean, this is the training AK. I mean, what? And it is an AK with cloth all over it, and I never thought I'd like the idea, but it looks awesome. This thing is really cool. I like the bronze with the silver tips there, or the iron tips, I should say, and then you've got the red middle of the crosshair. I think that's really nice. and is just very unique. Now, of course, most of this fabric would burn off within the first couple uses, but hey, it's a game, so, you know, there's definitely been some crazier stuff out there. That's going to do it, guys. So thanks for bearing with me through this long week of awesome works. And there's this, oh, it's so hard to choose. I don't envy Helk. Thanks, guys, for all your submissions and the hard work. And don't forget to leave comments for anyone. I'll try to get to the right people. If you want to leave something for the authors of the art or the devs themselves, I'll try to get to them. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you have a great week.